Hello, everyone, and welcome to Microsoft Access 2016 Basics. My name is Steve Bishop, and in this video, we're going to talk about referential integrity. So let's say that we have our employees category with several people in that employees category. Well, what happens if we were to delete the employees type from our database? What should then happen to those employees? Similarly, we should ask what would happen if one of the people in our application was to be removed from the database and that person has several different phone numbers associated with them. When we remove the person from the database, should we also maybe remove those phone numbers? When we have relationships between the different entities in our database, we need to keep in mind what we should do with those relationships. Should those items be deleted, or should they stay in the database as is? In order to manage the referential integrity between my tables, I need to go up to the Database Tools tab and select the Relationships button. This will open up the designer for defining my relationships between the tables. I'm going to go ahead and add both the people and people types table to this designer. And let's go ahead and make the people table a little bit longer so we can see all of the fields in it. Now, right now, there is no defined relationship between the people and people types tables. In order to define that relationship, I'm going to find the primary key of the one related table, and I'm going to drag and drop it to the foreign key of the corresponding table. This will then pull up an Edit Relationships dialog window. You'll notice that with this relationship, we can specify that we want to enforce referential integrity. I'm going to go ahead and check that so that it is on. So there are two things that I need to keep in mind in order to maintain the referential integrity. The first one is, what happens if the ID value for my people types table was to change from, say, 1 to 10? What should then happen to the person type field on my people table? Well, if I was to change the value of the ID field from 1 to 10, I should probably go ahead and change the person type field as well so that the people, when they are having their ID changed of the people type, that change affects the people table as well so that we maintain the relationship between the people and the people type they are associated with. In order to maintain that relationship, I'm going to select Cascade Update Related Fields. So if the ID value changes, so will the person type value. The second possibility is that I might want to delete the related record. So in that case, if I was to delete the people type that a person is associated with, I would need to also delete the person. Now in this case, I don't think that makes much sense. I probably want to go ahead and keep the people in my database, but even if I delete the people type that it's associated with. So I'm going to leave that unchecked. Now with that, we'll go ahead and select Create. You'll notice now that there is a infinity sign next to the people table, indicating that there may be many people who have one people type. And so we also see a 1 up here next to the people type table. So this is the way of defining that it is a one-to-many relationship between the people types table and the people table. Now, if I need to go back and change the referential integrity between these two tables, I can simply right-click on the line itself and select Edit Relationship. If I decided that I indeed did want to go ahead and delete the people that are of a certain people type when I delete that people type, then I would go ahead and select, again, Cascade Delete Related Records. Let's go ahead and click OK. And now let's open up the people table, as well as the people types table. So if we look at our people table, we'll notice that we have some of person type 1 and person type 2. Let's add a third person here, or I should say a sixth person here of a third person type. we'll say Todd, Hammer, and date of birth, we'll just select another day. Let's go back and just select a random day here, June 13th. Right now, we don't have a person type, so let's go ahead and create that people type. We'll say this is just a test people type. We'll go back to our people and change Todd Hammer's person type to a 3. So now we have established a relationship between Todd Hammer and the people type of a test. Now remember that in our relationships table, I said that this relationship between the people types and people was to delete related records. So again, if I delete a people type, then I should also delete the people associated with that type. So let's go back to our people types table, and let's delete the test record here. And we can see that relationships that specify cascading deletes are about to cause one records in this table, along with related records in related tables, to be deleted. Are you sure you want to delete these records? I'm going to go ahead and click yes. And if we go back to the people table, we'll see that Todd has been deleted.